Boss move. Now that's a boss move. Boss move. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Naomi Greenlee. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, you can do all that God has for you. Yes, you can have all that God's planned for you. Now that's a boss move. That's a boss move. Now that's a boss move. That's a boss.
Welcome back to Boss Moves. If you're just now tuning in, you're tuning in to Boss Moves with Naomi Talk Show. So I am so excited about this segment, you guys. I have to tell you, I met this young lady. I was in a beauty salon store, you know, looking around, purchasing some things. And I saw this young lady in there, you know, moving around like she was bossing or something. So I was like, what is she doing? Me, with my curious, inquisitive mind, I had to go over and introduce myself and had a brief little conversation and knew that she was perfect for the show. So when I found out what she was doing, that she actually really did make some boss moves to get where she is today, I am super excited that I've met her, super excited to have her here today. So without further ado, I'm going to have Stacey Wilson to come to the stage with me. Let's give her a hand. All right. Well, Stacey, we are so excited to have you here today. Super excited.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's such an honor.
Yes, you know, we're going to be uploading all of this on all the social media sites, and so we want people to find out about her because I think that she's pretty awesome, and the things that she's doing, I think it should be known and seen. And so I'm introducing you to this businesswoman. I love that. Yes, very good. So my first question I want to ask you, and you know, after we're finished right here, if you have any questions for her, we have a mic set up that you can come to the mic and ask any question that you want. Also, this is going to be uploaded on Boss Moves with Naomi Talk Show on YouTube. Okay? All right, so my first question actually is, where did you come up with that name, Urban Air Gypsy?
Well, I came up with the name when I was living in China and I was doing a lot of traveling. And so urban, of course, you know, inner city, and then air, you know, urban air is kind of because of traveling, but then also because something like billionaire. So that's how I came up with urban air. And also urban air means one who sets trends. So that kind of fit the idea of where I was wanting to go with the products. And then of course Gypsy, because I was doing I was moving a lot at that time. So I kind of felt like a little bit of a gypsy.
Well, that's a perfect name. I love the name. It's catchy. You know, it fits you, and especially your story, it fits. So I love that name. I just meaning to ask you that particular question. So now, what made you get into natural hair? Because you know she does a lot with natural hair. Isn't her hair beautiful? Yes. Very beautiful, very beautiful. So what made you get into the natural hair part of it? Have you always worn natural hair?
No, actually when I lived in Texas, I did like most people. At the time I had a relaxer. And that was good enough for me at the time. When I moved to LA, and then I ended up getting married at the time. We're not married now, but we were married. And then I know it's going to seem really bizarre, but I didn't want to spend a lot of time in beauty, in the beauty shop doing my hair, because it takes like forever. You know, you go into a beauty shop and then it'll be like 5 hours would have passed or something. And I wanted to spend as much time as possible with my new husband, so I was like, maybe I need to keep things simple, so I cut all my hair off. And yeah, just decided to wear it short. And then at a certain point, I decided to become more intentional about the products that I was using for my hair. It was just like a journey, I guess you could say, just to learn my hair all over again, because I didn't know that my hair would actually curl up like this because I'd always straightened it. So that kind of spurred the natural hair movement for me.
Wow. I mean, that sent her on a nice journey, I'm sure, because the results are just, you know, says it all. It speaks for itself, right? That she made the right decision and made a boss move and cut it all off. Okay, so what did you like best about your journey with where you've come to today? What so far have you liked best about what's going on?
I think the thing that I like the most is that my job actually allows me to meet like really cool people. Just being out in the community, when I do in-store promotions, I have an opportunity to interface with a lot of customers and hear their stories, their natural hair journeys, their concerns about their natural hair. And also, natural hair has become kind of like a movement in a way. You know, a lot of people wear their hair natural, but then there are a lot of people that are very self-conscious about their hair texture and won't wear their hair natural, or maybe they need a little bit of encouragement, you know, and it's just liberating when you can talk to someone and tell them about how beautiful they are, just, you know, just naturally, like they are enough. They don't have to go out and get a relaxer to blend in, or, you know, just the simple fact that there are different standards of beauty. We don't have to follow that one standard of beauty.
Right.
And that's just, I don't know, it just feels really nice and good inside when you can actually, you know, talk to someone and uplift them in that way and allow them to really see themselves as beautiful in a way that maybe they might not have looked at themselves as. So that's what I like the most about it.
Oh, wow. That's really good. And you know what? That's a gift in you. You probably didn't even know that you had, that you're able to use now. Speaking of those gifts, you know. So that's pretty awesome. Now, what has been your biggest challenge?
I think my biggest challenge for me was just dealing with my own personal self-esteem. I mean, when God gives you a gift, you have to have the self-esteem to be able to hold on to that gift. You know, otherwise you'll second guess it, you may give it away. So I really had to build myself up to be able to hold on to it and to move forward with the gift. You know, just you know, understanding that I'm enough, you know, thinking, okay, I may not be a chemist, but I am resourceful, and I have enough intelligence to do some research and possibly find a chemist to make sure that everything is in line with standards. Or, you know, just understanding, you know, hey, I may not have a business degree, but, you know, I have enough intelligence to seek out the right individuals, ask questions, you know, about, you know, how I could start a business, you know, and before I actually moved to China, I think maybe I did have a lot of self-esteem issues in terms of that kept me from pursuing my highest calling or my purpose. And then when I went to China and I saw how people are really, you know, doing a lot of things with, you know, without all of those things that I felt like I needed, it was like, you know, it was liberating. I was like, wow, if they can do it, why can't I do it? You know,
that's true.
So it really took that, me going outside of the country and just seeing other people making a living and being successful, and also just, you know, just the whole thing of knowing that I'm enough. I think that really helped me to go out and pursue my dreams, you know. So I think that was the biggest challenge for me.
That's a really good thing, you know, knowing that you're enough, you know, and not, even if no one else is seeming like they're supporting you or believing your dream, because after all, it is your dream. And so you're responsible. You're the responsible one that has to make that dream come to pass, you know, in your connection with God. So that's pretty awesome, you know, and definitely you made some boss moves to make that happen and to come on out, and we're glad you did. Man, are we glad you did. So, you know, another thing I wanted to ask you too is, do you have a mentor? Because a lot of times in business, people say you always need a mentor to do this, and that.
I do, actually. When I lived in LA, I had an opportunity to work for a nonprofit. I did that for 11 years, and the lady that I worked under, her name was Marsha Miyaway. I mean, she was just so outstanding. She was like a Renaissance woman. You know, she was, you know, well-traveled, well-spoken, you know, African-American lady, dreadlocks, you know, passionate about children, passionate about early Head Start, passionate about the South, you know, Los Angeles community. And just, you know, just watching her move and work, you know, just really inspired me and helped me to grow as a Black woman. And then also, one of my friends that I grew up in high school with, he has a mentor, and his name is Calvin Crosby. And so Mr. Crosby, he actually worked with Comer Cottrell, you know, back in the day. You know, Comer Cottrell is like the pioneer, the founder for Jerry Curl and just that industry. And so it was just really interesting how God just put people in my path. You know, once I stepped out on faith, knowing that I had this dream, and Vincent introduced me to Mr. Crosby, who's a buyer. I mean, he's a broker, product broker, you know, and he allowed me to network within his circle of friends, and that allowed me to meet people that opened the door to their stores, or, you know, to their beauty supplies, that allowed me to put my, you know, and allowed me to put my product on the shelf. So it was just, you know, divine intervention from God, but, you know, that God placed these people in my life. But, you know, but it was just nice to be open to it. You know, again, that's where the self-esteem, because if you don't have the self-esteem, you'll be like, well, why me? It's not going to happen. You'll talk it down before it even comes to fruition, you know?
You're so right about that, because a lot of people, self-talk kills a lot of people's dream more than other people. Telling yourself, you know, you're not good enough. They're not going to like you. Look at you. Look what you're doing. You're this, you're that. You're too big. You're too small. You know, that's all of that self-talk that we need to shut it down.
Right.
And listen to what we really know is true, is that we've been put here for purposes. All of us have.
Right.
And we need to tap into that. And when you were mentioning about how God has placed these different people in your life, and that's the reason I talk about boss moves so much. Do you know when you get up and make some moves in your life, that's when God starts showing you things. How are you going to see them when you're just sitting on a sofa all day looking at Matlock? Oh, I mean, that's old. Oh, let's say looking at, telling my age, looking at The Voice, because that's my that's my little thing I do, is look at somebody singing all day long. Right. So yeah, you know, how are you going to do it when you're not getting out making boss moves? How is he going to move people in your path? You're not going anywhere. You don't have a path. Right. So you've done that.
And you know, another thing, I'm not going to say that I'm perfect in terms of, you know, I still deal with, you know, that self-talk at times, you know, but at the same rate, you know, I think I verbalize it to the right people. Like Mr. Crosby would tell me, you know, like he would point out different people, like he knows a lot of people like Talia Wajid or the Camille Rose, and you know, he's like, well, they started at very humble beginnings,
right?
You know, and so I believe that if you have a dream, you need to surround yourself with people that will inspire and keep you encouraged, because we all have that moment where we kind of deflate a little bit, and they kind of help in, you know, keeping us focused and motivated and encouraged.
That's something that you say that, because I always also believe that you are really the sum total of the maybe about 5 people who are around you. Check out your surroundings, and you are the sum total of that group. So if you don't like that group, you might want to start changing a few things. It's getting ready to be the new year. People love to drop people off in the new year. That's so definitely it might be beneficial for you to do that. So, so how many products do you have?
To date, I have 39 products.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Let's give her a hand on that one. Woo! You have definitely been boss moving, girl. So, and then how many stores would you say that your products are in right now? I know you're probably working on more, but.
Currently I'm in 18 stores. The company started February of 2016, and yeah, so now we're at 18 stores, 11 on the East Coast, and then 7 here in the DFW area.
Wow, wow, I love it. And I already see that you're going to go far, honey. You will be going far. It's going to go much further than that. So that's just the beginning. Despise not small beginnings. That's not a small beginning though. But so I know you've been, you know, really working at some things and probably thinking about some more things. So I always ask my guests. So what's your next boss move?
Well, I feel like my next boss move for next year would be looking into major distribution. I've been networking, so I've made some connections, and that's what I've been working towards, just trying to make sure that my business is set up and wrapped tight enough to be able to support that kind of move. So that's what I'm hoping and praying that the business is able to obtain next year.
Wow. Anybody see that she can do that? You believe that? Yeah. I definitely believe that that can happen. My relative is the one that created the S-Curl, and he actually did it from a he put that on his property. His manufacturing office was really on where he manufactured all his product. It was on his property. I went there to see it, and that's huge. You know, that's huge. But you just got to make some moves. This is some things that you really, really want to do in life. So, you know, so you say you have products, and I said hair. And so can you just give us a little bit of information about each one of your products, or a few of your products?
Yeah, sure. The products are, of course, all natural, and they're multi-purpose, meaning like each product serves more than one purpose. So one of our top sellers, that's the Cray Cray Clay Co-Wash. It's a shampoo, conditioner, detox, and detangler all in one. It's the main ingredient is Moroccan Rasoul clay, so it doesn't actually lather like a traditional shampoo, but it does a great job of clarifying your hair. So it's mainly like a treatment, something that you would use maybe once a month, or maybe every other week, like twice a month. But it's a really great product. It's all of the products are geared to help with hair growth and scalp health, because if your scalp is healthy, then your hair is more inclined to grow better. So, and also the products are very moisturizing, because that's one of the main things that most people with natural hair, you know, typically complain about, is that, you know, their hair is dry after a couple of hours. It's like, you know, it just looks, you know, really dry and brittle. So we try to use a lot of really good ingredients that help to maintain the moisture. You know, the products are geared for ethnic hair, you know, but we do have some products for other people that may not have really thick hair and may not need as much moisturization. So we try to diversify. And then we have another one is Honeybee Frizz Free. And that one is a conditioner, a hair gel, and it also can be used as a moisturizer for your face. And the reason why it can do so many different things, or interchange between your hair and your skin, is because all of the ingredients are a benefit to both. You know, so we try to use, like, you know, as simple ingredients as possible. Because, you know, I kind of believe in minimalism, trying to keep things really simple. When I was
that's good.
traveling a lot, I really try to fit as many things as I could in a suitcase, and I've been kind of living out of a suitcase for a while. So, you know, if you can have 4 products in one when you're traveling, I mean, that's a benefit. You have more money you know, you'll have money to spend on trinkets or souvenirs, and you'll be able to fit them into your suitcase, you know. So that's kind of the premise, is just being able to travel light, you know, not be a bag lady, you know, keep things very simple.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's good. And I see you have your product over there. So actually, you know, today you'll be able to even take some of that product home that she has here if you want after the show. So we want to encourage you to look at that after the show, to just see, you know, look at the ingredients and see what's going on with what she has, because she's doing a very good job at, you know, with those products. And I've actually used some and I love it. Oh, so I use that clay. Is it cray? Yeah, I had to get it right. Cray. Yes, so it's really good. So yeah, so she's doing it big, girl. I'm telling you.
And the 2-ounce Honeybee Frizz Free, I mean, feel free to take one of those, or free gifts for you guys.
Oh, okay. So if Morrissey, you can go ahead and pass one out to everyone who showed up today. Definitely, that's good. We appreciate that. That's really awesome of you.
Small enough to keep in your purse, so you can.
Yeah.
Again, for your face and your hair.
Okay. And what is that one called?
It's called Honeybee Frizz Free. It's got very simple ingredients: honey, shea butter, aloe vera gel, hibiscus. And it has a pineapple kind of a smell, so it's really light, but it does a really good job as a gel. But as a moisturizer, it's really fabulous. Like, it's anti-aging. I mean, it's really nice, and it absorbs well into your skin. Not greasy at all.
Great. Sounds like a great product to me. So now we've come to the part where if you have any questions about hair, natural hair, skin, or whatever of her products, we have mics set up. If you make your way to the mic, I'd like to hear your question.
Because I'm not natural, okay, I do have a perm, but I still use your products.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and my question was your products tested on hair that was that was not natural, because when I use it, it works beautiful. I use the crank clay and the popping pudding, because I wear my hair back a lot for work.
Awesome.
So, so that was one of my questions. I have two. That was one of my questions. Was it tested on hair that was already pruned too?
Okay. I mean, yes, the products are meant for varying hair types. Like you can use it on you can use the products, even though they're all natural, you can use it on your hair whether you have chemical services or whether your hair is all natural. It's just a matter of wanting quality ingredients in your products. It's just like you don't have to be a vegetarian in order to eat a salad. You know, it's just a matter of wanting to be healthy. I tested it on, you know, friends that were curly girls, and that also interchanged their hair from like curly to straight, not necessarily on perms. But then actually Reese here, who's at the Bee Lounge, she's used quite a few of the products on people that, you know, actually I'm learning like new things. People always come to me telling me new things that they do, like the Refresh and Bless, they use it as for their silk presses. It's called silk press? Silk presses. And then I have another product called Organic Liquid Gold. A guy came into Jenny's Beauty Supply and he came from out of town just to tell me that, he, you know, just to buy it, and then he told me that he uses it for beard care, which is something that I hadn't advertised the products for at the time. And so,
Said my husband's a barber, I'll have to let him know.
Oh yeah, but it makes sense though, because it's a toner for the skin as well as a softener for the hair, so I could see how he would use it, and he was just really excited about it, and it just happened to be circumstance that he came in on a time when I was doing an in-store promotion, so that was really nice. So, I mean, the products are made to be used in a variety of ways on different types of hairstyles. I like people to you know, experiment and find, because, you know, there really is no one particular holy grail, you know, for like hair care.
Right.
So you do have to kind of try things and see how it works for you. But one of the things I try to do is make sure that all of the products that I sell are come in 2-ounce sizes, so people don't have to break the bank when they try. You know, they can buy a little item and then test it out, see how they feel about it, and then decide if they want to purchase a larger item.
Very good.
I can ask one more.
Yeah, go right ahead.
If I wanted to go natural, I would have to cut all my hair.
No, ma'am.
Because I don't know, so that's why I was asking.
Good question. Very good question.
I have to cut all my hair.
You don't. I think I could be a little bit extreme for my own self, you know, in terms of me cutting all my hair off at the time that I did. You know, that's just kind of how I am. I mean, some people can handle the 2 different textures that you're going to experience when your hair does grow out, because it is going to feel a little awkward, or it may feel awkward at the time. But I just wanted to just go for it. Yeah, there's a lot of different hairstyles that help for transitioning. Like you can do twist outs, braid outs, roller sets, and it all helps with, you know, so that your hair doesn't look so unusual when you're going through the 2 different, the stage of, you know, having the roots natural and then the straight ends.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Very good. And my daughter did the same thing. She cut all of her hair off and it's growing back. Her friend is sitting there listening. And it's growing back really nicely. And this is my daughter's friend. But it's growing back nicely. I see it, well, she lives out in Washington right now. Oh, okay. But I see it growing back really nicely as well. So yeah, cutting it off is extreme. And she was struggling with that when she did it. She was struggling, but she did it. And it looks really cute. She looks so cute with a short haircut. I like it.
A lot of people are going for the big chops. That's what they call it, the big chop. And it is very, you know, it's cute on a lot of people, you know. But then there's a lot of, you know, ways that if you don't like the big chop, of course you can get braids, you know, and wait it out, or you can do extensions. There's a lot of different things that you can do to kind of give you different looks if you're not happy with it.
Very good. Do we have anyone else that has a question? Want to come to the mic and ask a question? Yes.
Hey, Dorothy.
Hello. Hi, Stacey. What would you say could be your biggest factor to your success at this point? Being an entrepreneur.
Good,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, that's a great question. I would have to say having a relationship with God, but definitely, I mean, having the support of family and friends. I mean, that was just like priceless. You know, it still is. I mean, in the beginning, even just the little simple things. I mean, you know, of course, money can be tight for some, and people may not can purchase products, but at the same rate, just going on Facebook and just liking, you know, a picture, or, you know, all of that is encouragement, and it helps you to keep pushing and moving forward, you know. So I've been really fortunate to have like an awesome circle of people around me, such as yourself, you know, and my dad, and, you know, my sister, you know, just family and friends, just people, and even strangers just coming up and just telling me testimonies about the product. All of that, you know, helps to give me, to keep me moving forward. It keeps me, I guess, excited about it, you know, even though I'm already passionate about it, but then you have your times when you kind of question and you doubt it.
Right, right.
And those moments are like priceless.
Very good, because in business, and what I really do believe and know, that in order to be successful, you got to have that drive from the inside. And if you don't have that from the inside, guess what you're going to do? Not much. Not much. Because anything will sway you. You know, a good movie on. That's going to sway you. Anything. So if you have that drive inside, that good movie can be good DVR'd or something, you know, later. You'll catch it later, but you'll go ahead and move forward in that. So when you have that drive from the inside, you know, nothing can stop you. You know, you'll feel a little discouragement if your friends and family were not pushing you, but that drive from the inside should wake up and say, okay, you know what, that didn't feel good, but I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with this thing, because that's what I believe in. So
that's
yeah.
True. Yeah, and God always provides what you need when you need it, you know. So yeah, if you just step out on faith, I think that God will allow you, you know, I mean, just the little things, if you're really paying attention, the little things will actually mean a whole lot, you know.
Right. That's so true. And I'm a firm believer that, you know, that relationship with God, because there are many times, you know, you'll sit back and that self-talk will start messing with you. Start messing with you really bad, where you can't even sleep because it's telling you the wrong stuff and you believing it, thinking that, you know, that must be true, but it's not. It's not true. So that's what this show is about, to encourage you to go ahead and make some boss moves towards what it is that you really believe that you want to do. You know, you can do if you get up and work at it. If you get up and work at it. Yeah, you have to have faith, but faith without works is what? Dead, being alone. So we got to have them both. We got to have those both. Well, you know what, Stacy, definitely this was the exciting part of my show, is to talk to you and to hear your story and just hear some more. Did you want to add anything else? Anything else that you want to say to everybody? Or because this will be on, you know, YouTube, so people who are not here, also others will hear your story.
Well, just thank you guys for coming out to support. I really appreciate that, and for those that, you know, had questions, I really appreciate that as well. You can find any of the products online or at any of the stores, Jenny's Beauty Supply, Ann's Health Food Store, the Bee Lounge, and let's see, Beauty Auras and Beauty for You. And Beauty for You is actually on the West Coast. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, not the West Coast, the East Coast. I'm sorry, out in the DC area.
Oh, okay. My daughter.
Yeah, your daughter, right. So yeah, feel free to check me out.
Okay, wonderful. Let's give her a hand. Awesome, awesome. Well, you guys, I am so excited about what we've had today. This show to me was really awesome because of our guests. And so just pretty much a recap, you guys. All we talked about, our inspirational talk. What do we talk about? How to give your all, giving back. So anybody want to give their all now? It's just about giving your abilities, your love, and your life. That's all it's about, and you can give your all that way. So then we talked about our financial tip. Anybody want to go change some W-4 forms tomorrow? I encourage you to, and I am so serious about that. Do that. Now, what I want you to do first, though, is look at your paycheck, okay? Look at the paycheck. Then make that change, and then look at the difference on your paycheck. Now, if you have any questions on how to do that change on your W-4 form, I'll be available if you need answers on that. I know the ins and outs of that. I can get the information to you that you need so you can do it right and make sure that happens for you. And if you need an in-home business, I got that for you. Yeah, I got all of that for you. So, you know, I'm really excited. And then don't forget our health tip. You know, eating a healthy snack is really good. Go out and get you some of that vegan cheese if you can't have dairy products, if you think that's messing with your body for any reason, if you want to become a vegan. I just gave you a great little snack that you can have at all times, and it's good too. Wasn't it, you guys that had it? Yeah. Okay, so definitely. And our guest, was she awesome or what? Let's give her a hand. Stacy, the Urban Air Gypsy lady. She did it, yes, and she's doing big things, making boss moves. And so I always say, yes, you can do, you can be, and you can have all that God has planned for you. Now that's a boss move.